Hello, this is Tony from Kate's Crafty Closet, and today I'm going to show you how to do this clean and simple one layer hello with a little butterfly and a lot of shimmer card. So let's go ahead and get ourselves started. So first thing I went ahead and did is cut some Nina Solar White Classic Crest 110-pound version cardstock into a standard top folding A2 size card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So this is all you're going to need as far as paper. We're not going to put any layers or anything on top of that. We're going to use just basic supplies that you may have, and I will link in the description box below all the products that I use today in today's video, and if not available, I will also offer you alternatives that you can use in its place. So you are going to need a stamp platform just so you can get some good clean crisp images. So I'm going to go ahead and use my stamp apparatus and use my magnet, and the first thing I'm going to use is this ink splat stamp that I have in my arsenal that I've had for quite some time, but you can use any ink splat stamp that you may have. This is one I got from Fun Stamper's Journey, so we're just going to peel that off of its backing, and I'm going to place it the best way I possibly can. It's like there's no perfection needed with this one. No worry about lining it up because it's an ink splat, right? All right, so I have it on there. Now I'm going to use Distressoxide inks today, but you can use any kind of ink you want. I just find that solid images like this, using a hybrid or using a pigment ink, just gives you better coverage and less times that you have to stamp the image onto your cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead with Candied Apple first, and because this is a solid image, I'm going to just wipe across here. Like, I'm not going to dab, I'm just going to basically spread it. That way I don't have to do as many image stamps. I probably can get away with 2 by doing it like that. So there's our first one. Then we go ahead and do it again like that, and then we probably don't need another one, and if we do, that's totally okay too. But I'm totally fine with the way that looks, and in between my stamping I will clean it off with a microfiber cloth. Like, these are just microfiber cloths that I probably picked up at Harbor Freight for a very inexpensive price. So I'm going to go in and put this down again because we're going to stamp it in a second color, which is going to be fired brick. But this is a perfect project to do with the kids, with the grandkids. Mass produce these and have these, you know, lying around. You can put whatever sentiment you want on it. Today we're going to do hello, but you can always do these as thank you cards. And like I said, there's no cutting involved or anything like that. So perfect projects for the little ones in our lives. So there we go, one stamp. And the thing is, like, you can do these, and each time you can do a different color combination and just have fun with it. A great one to mass produce, great to give as gifts too. So there we go, we have our 2 images already stamped out in 2 different Distressoxide colors. So we're going to put that to the side, and next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with this My Favorite Things stamp set, and I'm going to use the big giant hello that's up there, and this stamp set is called Well Hello. So I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to put it on our card and decide this is kind of where we want it. Okay, and perfect. And we'll just close our stamp apparatus, pick it up. If your stamp moves the paper, just push it back into the corner. And then we're going to use some VersaFine Onyx black ink, great for sentiments. And I find that it's also easier to clean off of your stamps as well. It's like, so we may have to do this twice because it's such a bold image, but actually that looks good on the first shot. That's one of the reasons why I also like the VersaFine black onyx ink for sentiments. So I'm going to make sure I clean off my stamp here. Use a stamp cleaner. I had some already on here from earlier. So I used the Ink on 3 stamp cleaner right here, and I'll link that also in the bottom. Ink Off, it's called, stamp cleaner. So we're done with our sentiments, and we'll push that to the side. And we had a Craft-A-Lanch there. I'm sure you heard that. And next we're going to come out with a butterfly stamp. And like any kind of butterfly stamp will work for this. It is completely 100% up to you which one that you want to use. But this one is from the Timholtz collection right here. So we're going to grab that butterfly, and we're going to have him a little bit, you know, catty-cornered and off the image. So we're just going to pick that up, and we're also going to go in with the VersaFine black Onyx ink as well, because it's a detailed image, and the VersaFine really works well for detailed stamp images. And also always double check and make sure that my fingers are not full of ink before I start touching cardstock. So there we go. Just tap, close my ink pad, because we probably should get away with one stamped image with this one. And I really love rubber stamps. My heart will always be with cling rubber. It's like I just really like the way that they stamp. I'm just going to squirt some of the stamp cleaner into my microfiber cloth and clean off my stamp. All right, so we're done with that, and we're done with stamping now. I'm going to pull it out. Like, I could adorn this with gems and sequins, but I want to keep it clean and simple. I want to keep it one layer. So, and don't want to add any bulk to it so it doesn't fall off, because I want to keep these on hand. So what I'm going to do is, earlier I went ahead and use some Ink on 3. This is called liquid pixie dust. Just make sure you shake it each time you use it. I did squirt some out into a little palette that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to grab a paintbrush, and I'm going to dip it in some water just so it flows. And just remember, because we are using a wet medium here, that if we go over the distress oxides, it's going to move. So if you don't want it to move, like, go with another type of ink. But I'm just going to do the butterfly. I'm just going to put that liquid pixie dust on a butterfly, and I'm okay with the fact that it's going to react with water. So gives a little more organic, natural look to it. So I'm okay with that. I'm going to say just dab. If you don't want it to spread too much, just dab, don't spread it. And if you want to put it onto the paint splatter, ink splats, you most certainly can do that too. But I'm just going to put it on our butterfly to give our little butterfly thing. So there we go. And we're going to push that to the side. And the next thing we're going to go ahead and grab is, I'm going to round the corners. And this is just a Fiskars corner rounder. Whatever corner rounder that you may have in your arsenal is the one you can use. This does 2 different sizes. If you flip it up, you get a smaller one. You leave it down, you get a larger one. So we're just going to go ahead with this one. They have a little notch in here where you can slide the paper in until it stops, and then that's when you go ahead and push down on it. So I'm just going to push it in there, and I can feel it when it stops, and I can squeeze and do the other side, and the same thing, go in until I feel it stop. Make sure the paper comes out so you can squeeze the next one. And then we're going to do the back part. Push until it stops, squeeze. Same thing with the other side. Push, stop, squeeze. And there we now have our image corners all nice and rounded. So that does complete the card for today. Like, how super simple and easy was that? Like, you can have fun with this. Like I said, a great family project for the kids and the grandkids and all that. So like I said, thank you again for joining me. I said everything will be linked in the description box below, as well as my Facebook group and all my other social media in case you're interested in following me on those, as well as any affiliate links used for these products will be listed too. And thank you all again, and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and also hit that notification bell so you get notified when I upload new videos to YouTube. And make sure you like this video if you like it, okay? Thank you very much, and y'all have a crafty day, y'all.